Whether you are an entrepreneur, YouTuber, changemaker, leader, or really just anybody working towards a big dream of theirs, you will not succeed unless you apply the 5 things I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. And you'll especially not succeed if you don't like and subscribe right now. Okay, obviously I'm kidding about this last one, but I do post weekly videos about how to go full-time with your purpose and your passion while making full-time income. So if that's you, if that's something you are striving for, then go ahead and drop a hashtag IAmACreator down below, along with hitting that like and subscribe button. So before I delve into this, I thought I would give you guys some background knowledge about, my story and how I know, what it is that I know. So, I really wanted to give you guys that credibility because a lot of you guys may not know who I am. So I've been studying success ever since I was really young, and then in college I went on to be Indiana University's first woman marine biology graduate, and then I also started my business in my college apartment my senior year. And then a few months after that, I attended Tony Robbins' Business Mastery Conference, and that was $10,000. And I actually spent my entire senior year of college, saving up for this conference. I put a down payment of $2,000 about, and then for every month I paid $725. And that was not easy to save up for, but I managed to do it, while graduating on time. And then at the conference, I met my mentors, and then from there, they helped me to, really establish my business and get it off the ground. So now I have clients, I have a course, I lead workshops, and I have a book publishing in about 1 to 2 months. So, that's how I know what it is that I know. So to help you guys succeed, because now I want to help others to do that, first off, I have a little metaphor that I want to share. I love metaphors. It's just really good when it comes to explaining this. So picture your big mission as a huge mountain in the distance, right? And currently you are taking a pathway towards that mountain. Now, for all missions, there is more than one way to go about accomplishing it. So picture multiple pathways that's going towards this mountain. So I'll give you an example. Let's say hypothetically your big mission was, to help people live happy and healthy lives. There's many different pathways, right? Like you could be a professor, you could be a doctor, you could be a coach, you could write a book, you could create an online course, you could start a YouTube channel. Like there's so many different pathways that you can take towards that mission. Now, in order to succeed, right, there are 5 things that you must do. The first one is that you need to be clear about your vision. So what is the mountain that you're working towards? Because if you don't have clarity about that, then you won't know which steps you need to take in order to reach that place. So don't be general here. Try to get specific, right? Like you want to get measurable, like put in dates, like when you want to achieve certain things by, put in numbers, like how many people do you want to influence? Maybe you want to make a certain amount of money or donate a certain amount to charity. So really get measurable, right? Because what gets measured gets done, and that way you can really track your progress. So you want to have clarity. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you need to be open to pivoting. So pivoting essentially is when you change routes towards your goals. And it's not necessarily, like a failure. It's just changing your approach. So like I said, what you want to do is you want to identify all the possible pathways towards your mountain, even if you are on a pathway already. And then you need to ask yourself, does this pathway fulfill my spirit? That's the first question. And the second thing you want to assess is whether or not there is a better way to go about achieving that mountain, right? Maybe there's a way that's more like time effective and money effective and will really conserve your energy. So after asking these questions, if you realize that, you need to take a different pathway towards your mountain, then really assess the opportunities and the resources that are available to you right now, right? And that'll help you to change pathways. And just to give you guys some perspective, just because you change a path doesn't mean you're starting from square one, right? Because you already made a lot of progress, because now you know what doesn't work. And think of it more like you're merging onto a different pathway, right? So you're not starting over, so don't see it as a failure. And another thing too, like maybe you'll want to change pathways further down the road, and that's totally fine. And I'll give you an example. So I used to be taking a research route towards, really healing the planet. So I was, studying marine biology, and then now I merged onto an entrepreneurial route. So I'm on the entrepreneurial route, and I know like maybe 10 or 20 years down the road, I want to be on the nonprofit route. So I want to own a bunch of nonprofits who, work to, heal the planet and the environment. So that's my goal. And another thing too, you could be taking more than one pathway at once, right? So I just want to give you guys that perspective. Like, you don't just need to be on one pathway, and you can merge onto different ones. So that was the second one. The third thing that you must know in order to succeed is your why. Like, why is it that you're doing this? And this is so important. Like, you don't just want to know your why, but you want to embody it and feel it, because that will serve as your fuel moving forward. And what I would recommend writing it down, or maybe even like filming a video of you saying your why, so that when the journey gets hard, you can go back to that, and that'll just fire you up. Like, especially when you're coming at it from the heart of service, then that'll just really get you going, and that'll really help you get to where it is that you want to be. So that's number 3. Number 4. So this one is nobody's favorite. But when you're working towards your mountain, there will be people who are booing you. I picture, little angry people throwing cartoon tomatoes at me. So here's the thing. It's funny because when you come at it from the heart of service, 98% of people will be supportive and positive. And it's funny, our brains do this thing, and this is part of our survival mechanism. But, we won't even think twice about positive comments that we got. But if someone gives us hate, or, they say something that's not really nice, then our brains it'll think about it. At first, over time you'll get used to it. That's kind of at the point where I'm at now, but you get used to it. And so the best way to combat that is you got to keep showing up, right? Don't let them stop you from reaching your mountain. So what I do, like I said, I keep showing up. And honestly, I have compassion for those people, because sadly, when people give you hate, oftentimes they're just taking their pain out on you. So it has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with their own life and what they're experiencing. So like I said, you're honestly doing a disservice by not showing up, because think about all the people who you can impact with your message and, the mission that you're working towards. So if you let a few haters stop you, like, you're doing a massive disservice to all the positive change that you can make. So keep that in mind next time there's a hater. The best thing you can do is just ignore it. I say don't feed the trolls, because what's the point? But yeah, that's the 4th thing. And the 5th thing, that kind of leads into the last one. Don't dim your light. Just be unapologetically you, and put your unique self at the forefront. And you don't need to be perfect. You don't, because people resonate with authenticity. And if you're trying to be someone who you're not, then people can really sense that, and they can feel it. So just give yourself permission to let your unique self shine through, right? No matter what qualities you have, like maybe you're really funny, or, maybe you just have like that charisma. Just let it all out. And by doing so, gosh, you'll get so much more people supporting you, and it'll be so much easier to, accomplish your mission. And not only that, but the journey just becomes so much more fun, because, like, you're being you, like, you're not holding anything back. You're not repressing that in. And that is such a beautiful thing. And then when you do that, you not only accomplish your mission, but you really leave your legacy, because that's what people will remember you by, like, you know, years on. Even if you don't establish a big audience, because that's not something everybody wants. But yeah, that's just what people will remember you by. So those are the 5 things. So, you know, I really challenge you to apply what I shared. So get clear on your vision, be open to pivoting, know your why, ignore the haters, and yeah, don't dim your light. So that's my challenge for you. And yeah, thank you for watching until the end. Now, if you are somebody who wants to use YouTube as a vehicle towards your mountain, then I do have a 30-day course, which will, you know, help you get up and going in just 30 days. So it's everything that I would do for the next month if I were to use my YouTube channel and, you know, my videos, how I would go about earning back all my income streams and growing my audience again. So you can check that out down below. But yeah, thank you again for staying until the end. Much love to you all. And yeah, tune in every Wednesday at 7 and Sunday at noon for new videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Much love again.